What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Super Bowl week.
Oh, Super Bowl week. It feels like it, too.
Bench with the Tovar brothers. Joey here, joined by my brother Angel. What it out?
Hello.
Angel with another Yankee hat. Yet another one.
I only have Yankee hats even though I'm a diehard Dodger fan. They don't sell Yankee hats or Dodger hats in trucker form. Only Yankee hats. I don't know. Not my choice.
Yeah, it is what it is. Wednesday, February 7th, 2024. Happy birthday to the other Tovar brother, not on the show. Right? The 7th?
The 7th.
Yeah, happy birthday. Gabe,
if
you're out there.
Bane
you
mode.
listen to us, you piece of crap. You better listen. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
And episode number 88. Of course, we have our resident 88.
Yep. Demaryius Thomas hangs on the wall and will forever hang on the wall of bench. He's my favorite Bronco, probably of all time, over Peyton Manning, over Ron Miller. And tragically, he's passed away, but his legacy lives on. Second in most Broncos wild stats behind future Hall of Famer Rod Smith. Great guy, great dude. My favorite Bronco. And this show is 488, number 88. And honorable mention, Des Bryant, Michael Irvin, those guys.
Yeah, so many good 88s.
Tony Gonzalez.
So many good 88s.
Yeah.
A classic receiver number. You really can't write the story of the NFL without the number 88.
No, definitely
One of those, what do you call it? The mountain with the faces in it.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore
of numbers. Yeah. Oh, we should do that.
Sure.
88's for sure up there.
Yeah, 88's up there for sure.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. If you're sorry, I almost played the theme song again. My bad. If you're listening on YouTube or you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for joining us. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Jazzy.
Jazz hands.
Yeah.
My name is Joey. This is Angel. We're brothers, obviously. Do we look like?
Yes, we do. I'll answer that. Yes.
We talk football 3 times a week, no matter what.
No matter what.
That's going to go all through the off season, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video. That's so helpful to us, and thank you to everyone who has been tuning in for weeks, months, however long you've been following us. We appreciate you spending just a little bit of time with us talking about, honestly, the game that I freaking love.
The game that we freaking love. The game that we
88 episodes in, I can honestly say I haven't gotten sick of talking about football.
Nope. This is what we would normally do, even if we didn't have a podcast.
It's a lot of hours. Yeah, it's a lot of hours. Freaking love the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're coming up on, obviously the week that it all leads to. Super Bowl is what? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days away.
We're in the midst of weird questions from interviewers. Someone asked Patrick Mahomes to do his best Kermit the Frog impersonation. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, so obviously we're in media days for the teams, and the questions are fine. You see the question that I think that he started with, or maybe not started with, but someone just straight up asked him how he feels about his dad getting arrested for drunk driving. Jeez.
Come on.
Give him a break.
Have some, yeah. I mean, it's funny.
Speaking of drunk driving, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, a little tipsy or high on something.
He was as talkative as we ever seen him.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, have I ever heard him talk?
Not in that tone.
And just saying,
not at that decibel.
A bunch of nonsense. It was just like a lot of the same thing in different ways.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, pretty funny.
If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts, thanks so much for listening to the audio version of Bench with the Tovar Brothers. And, of course, follow us on social media. That is on Instagram, X, Twitter. Is it ever going to be called X? No, it's not.
No.
And TikTok. It's at Bench Show. So follow us on those platforms, especially going into this offseason, because there's a lot you got to keep up with. People are going to get signed.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy showing up to your fantasy draft or just to the guys.
Yeah.
When football starts being like, oh, he plays there now? You don't want to be that guy.
Wait, Tegan signed where? Oh, I know that. Nice.
You don't want to be that guy.
No,
so follow along. Make sure you're updated on everything you need to know.
Yes.
What do we call that guy?
We call that guy.
We call that guy no longer in our fantasy league.
Yeah. We call him.
Because you don't know enough.
Yeah. Those kind of guys, you're like, why are you in the league again? You don't even know where he signed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all for that. Let's get into the news. I create the news segment, so I'm going to get us started with the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah, they're
the Eagles will be the home team for 2024 Friday night, Week 1, first ever game in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
2024.
Awesome.
Friday night game, first time ever.
Yeah, probably because of time change. But yeah, Friday games, let's normalize that. Let's let the NFL do every day of the week because we love the NFL.
Yeah, Friday night, Eagles will be there. Don't know who their opponent will be yet, but first time in Brazil, I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be a good environment. I hope we get that soccer atmosphere.
Yeah.
I hope they lend us their energy.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts will be just fine there. You know what I mean? He's a very handsome man.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure.
He's a very good-looking dude going to a country of a very good-looking women. I know
it's just a great-looking country. I know you tend to focus, you have to really zero in on women, but it's just a good-looking country.
Yeah.
I mean, just a good-looking group of people, and I think Jalen Hurts will do well. Who's going to burn?
Who might do well if he's still
punter?
playing? Jason Kelsey.
He's going to burn. He's going to burn that sun.
You burn.
Sun.
Yeah. Also, this is another reach of the NFL. Try to grab everyone else's audience, the soccer audience.
Yeah, I think we're trying to. I think we're making a play at being bigger than international soccer.
World domination.
Yep, we're going for it.
We're trying.
I'm here for it.
We're going. We did Germany this year, right? We've done London, obviously. We're doing a Brazil.
Yeah, we did Mexico.
Think
about it. We could be part of the group that one day says, "I was following the NFL when it was small."
I was following the NFL when it was just in the States. Now it's worldwide. Yeah. That'd be
kind of
dope.
fun. Yeah. You ready for some news that you don't really need, but I thought it was funny that showed up in my timeline?
Okay, hit me with it.
The rumors are that Jets quarterback Zach Wilson's trade value is no more than a 6th or 7th round pick. I don't know why @Rich Samini decided to report that, but I thought, you know what? If it's good enough for Rich, it's good enough for us.
I mean, the plan was for him to sit behind Rodgers, so maybe he goes somewhere and sit. You know what? I wouldn't mind him with like Patrick Mahomes to see what Andy Reid could do with him.
Stop.
No. I'm not saying he's good.
He could sit for the next 20 years. He's not getting any better. Zach Wilson sucks.
Yeah. If they can get anything back for him, that's a bonus.
Yes, that was my mind.
Yeah.
Can you get a 6th? Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm sure some
he's
teams
terrible.
Desperate. Yeah, he's pretty bad.
If you're looking to make a Super Bowl ad this year, I hope you saved up your pennies.
Yeah.
Because that sucker's going to cost you $7 million.
$7
million for a 30-second clip. I want you to remember that when you're watching these commercials. That company paid $30 million for your attention for 30 seconds.
When you watch that Doritos cleverly punned commercial, know that cost $7 million to bring that to you in your home. It's gone progressively higher.
Well, yeah. I mean, so in 1967 when it started, 42,000. Today, $7 million.
That's still a lot of money back then.
That's what I thought too. I thought 42,000 is not nothing.
That's pretty good.
From 42,000 to $7 million is just absurd.
That should tell you the scope and the gravitas of this Super Bowl weekday.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest days. It's a national holiday.
Yeah,
really.
that's about to say. It's turned into a national holiday.
Yeah, people are gonna be watching for all different reasons. One reason a lot of people are gonna watch is Usher halftime.
Yes,
it's almost here.
These are my confessions.
So we've been arguing about what the first song's gonna be. You think it's gonna be Confessions? I don't know why he would start with Confessions.
That wasn't mine. Friend of ours.
I feel like you're there too. But who do you think they're gonna start with then?
You gotta do the out the gate.
Yeah, out the gate.
Yeah. Then like do like a build up and then and then the crowd goes wild. And I jump up from my couch and start dancing.
Man, if he starts with
out the gate, an opener, then you start going into this whole repertoire of songs.
I think you gotta save
his whole catalog.
I think you gotta save it, but maybe. I mean, I get like that's one of those moves. It's like, okay, if he's feeling froggy, he'll start with
Yeah, start with
I think he should start with Caught Up.
I'm caught up.
It's a very it starts with like I'm the kind of brother.
Yeah. He has a lot of bangers. You go through Usher's catalog, a lot of bangers. You know, obviously he has the breakup ones. He has the upbeat dance ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's somewhere you could place a bet on what his first song's going to be, you know, what the last song's going to be, what the playlist is going to include.
Or how long it goes. There's bets for everything now. The Super Bowl.
I don't want to hear any of his new album. In fact, I don't want to hear anything past like 2006.
No, yes, 2012, 2013, he had some pretty good stuff too.
No, I want to hear the old stuff. But yeah, technically that's old, I guess. So
yeah, that's 10 years
okay.
ago.
I don't want to hear anything from 2023.
So I feel like you've gotten excited now because at first you were kind of.
Listen, I've been an Usher fan for.
No,
I'm an OG Usher fan.
Not saying that. I'm saying you were worried.
I'm not excited to see him do a bunch of dance breakdowns because I don't think he can dance anymore. Oh. I'm excited to hear him sing because I think it's definitely still sing. Listen, the last time he tried to do something creative, do you remember this thing?
Watch this.
It was just a meme.
I mean,
people making fun of him.
He did laugh at himself after he did it.
Well, what else are you gonna do? You got to.
Yeah.
It was pretty. But I guarantee when he was putting that bit together, he wasn't thinking it was gonna be him. He thought this is hot.
This is hot. I can't wait for it.
It's gonna be fun.
Very, very fun. I mean,
It's gonna be fun.
Him and Rihanna back-to-back years. That's pretty good.
I'm just full disclosure. So obviously, a lot of his songs are heavily sexual.
Yeah.
He is a sexy man.
Yep.
I will be sitting next to my mom. So that's a little. I thought about it so many times. Like, okay, am I gonna go to like a different space and watch just so I could really get into it? And like,
I mean, did you do that when Shakira and J-Lo
no,
were?
because I wasn't singing along with Shakira and J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know these Usher songs.
Put it on mute, actually. Yeah. Usher songs. Yeah, don't put it on mute.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, really?
That was what Super Bowl was. That was like 3 years ago, right? Yeah.
It's actually the last time the Chiefs played the Niners.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, right.
Let's move on before you get into any more of that. I just got this tweet a couple minutes ago. Oregon head coach, former Oregon head coach, current, or I guess former UCLA. Is he fired? Has he been fired from UCLA? Do we know that? Chip Kelly is interviewing with the Seattle Seahawks for their offensive coordinator job tonight. God, that's current news.
That's also very exciting. If you're a Seattle fan, you kind of see what if they open this offense up a little bit?
Yeah, because you get Chip Kelly and Mike McDonald. Those are two literally young gurus. Chip's still young, kind of youngish.
On the younger side.
I guess young in the NFL is like
50 and lower is young.
No, young in the NFL today is mid to late 30s. Like there's like 5 or 6 coaches in the mid to late 30s now.
You're right.
But I think it'd be exciting too. I agree with that.
You have a lot of weapons on that offensive side, and finally, you can finally see that this offense. You can finally see JSN actually become a full time guy. Lockett and DK kind of emerge. You have Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Pretty good offensive line. I mean, exciting times.
It's kind of what we said with the defense last year. It just didn't make sense how non-productive.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got that right.
Non-productive. Improductive.
Unproductive? I think it's unproductive.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, sorry. It didn't make sense how not good they were on offense last year with the talent they had. Like, it's just crazy talent.
Both sides of the
young
ball.
tackles.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully good old Chip could unlock them. I miss Chip.
Yeah, get Chip back. He's probably a fantastic coordinator and will be in the category of the Greg Romans, where like he's older, not gonna be a head coach anymore, but gonna be a fantastic coordinator.
It's a great segue in. The Chargers are expected to hire respected offensive mind Greg Roman for their OC job, joining the Jim Harbaugh staff. Is he just building a juggernaut?
Reuniting. That he was with them in San Francisco when he was there.
Was he really? I didn't know that.
He was there. That's
Greg
where
Roman. He's worked for his brother.
Yep.
Was fired by his brother. Oops.
It's a family affair.
Listen, I double-checked these numbers, and they're right. For the 4 years that he was in Baltimore, he had the number 1 offense twice.
Yeah.
And a top 10 offense another time.
And Herbert's probably...
Listen, here's what I thought.
Here we go.
Because Rex Ryan... you see Rex Ryan go off about it's not Greg Roman's fault?
Yep.
He went in on the Ravens offense.
Yep.
Listen, the problem with that Ravens team when they had Greg Roman was the same problem that they had just a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson couldn't score enough points.
Yep.
He had to be a passer, and he couldn't win the game that way. Maybe it's not Greg Roman's fault.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean,
the Chargers just get a
fantastic
dog
coordinator
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. They're compiling a nice coaching staff for this talented roster that no one's done anything with.
Yeah, they're gonna be a sexy pick,
dude. The Chargers. That's might be the Texans of next year. Like the team that's like, oh, their record might not. You might not think they're gonna get a lot of wins by sticking to the playoffs.
If Herbert can't do it next year, then it's time.
Yeah, then it's time. But he's already paid. But they paid him.
Yeah.
So now you have to get it done.
Chargers also hired Jesse Minter, the DC from Michigan. He'll leave Michigan and follow Harbaugh to the varsity league.
Yeah, leaves the big house and goes to LA, baby.
I like it. Chargers GM also feeling frisky. You heard what he said about his team building philosophy. He said, "I'm a big fan of comp picks. That means all you aged veterans, see you later.
See you later, Austin Eckler. Bye-bye, Keenan Allen.
They're all gone.
See you later, Khalil Mack.
Can you imagine?
Deuces, Joey Bosa.
Can you imagine all those vets hearing that? Like, oh, God.
What the hell?
Babe, start packing.
Babe, wrap it up.
They're gone. That's such a bold move by him. But
I love comp picks.
Good for you, Joe Horwitz.
I love cutting. Yeah.
iRadium is.
Yeah.
You sent me this story, and I don't want to talk about it because honestly, half of it makes me mad. Half of me just doesn't care.
Here we go.
But I feel like it's important.
That's called the sweet spot.
Fox, yeah, that's where I live.
Yeah.
Fox, ESPN, and Warner Brothers, and Discovery are why not?
Yeah, just throw it in.
Yeah, hey man,
You want in?
ET, what are you doing?
Discovery.
Are joining forces to create a joint streaming platform. You know another word for joint streaming platform? Cable.
Cable television.
Cable television.
We are back in 2001.
Specifically for sports. You know what that's called? The sports package of cable television. It's going to include every sport, and just it's going to be annoying.
And ESPN Plus and Hulu and the other one I forgot. But yeah, it's basically just cable.
It sucks because we're going to buy it.
Yep.
We're buy it.
We're right back to our.
I hate rich people.
What was the famous cable network?
DirecTV. No, cable?
Back to the DirecTV days. Where you pay $80 a month for a bunch of stuff that you don't watch.
Satellite. That's satellite. What was cable?
It was Time Warner Cable back in the day. Yeah, but I'm sure there was other big ones.
All these rich people just playing on us, and we're just...
They just took us for an entire circle. Like, hey, let's do a streaming service. Now we're all the way back to, like...
Spanking his bare bottom.
You get all these things. All 1,000 channels. Yeah.
A Mississippi official has demanded Brett Favre... I forgot I put this in here. Repay $750,000 in misspent welfare funds. I just brought this up just because... Listen, Brett Favre, you talk about guys who have taken L's. Who has been more taken L's than Bill Belichick? Brett Favre.
Him and Gruden are in competition with each other.
Oh, Gruden.
Those two. Who can get hate the quick?
That sucks because Gruden had one mistake. The only problem is that one mistake was racism.
Yeah, he's super racist. That's the one thing.
He only had one flaw.
One flaw is that he's
pretty racist.
Pretty racist. And Favre has one flaw. He steals from the poor.
Yeah, he literally stole welfare funds. But anyways, he has to pay all that back. I feel like Pat McAfee's doing a little victory lap here. Won the lawsuit. Now just gets to sit back and say,
"Just hey, man, people hate you."
There you go.
You know what sucks is that Brett Favre. I remember those sound effects clips on YouTube.
He would have been everywhere.
He would have been. Yeah, he would have been everywhere.
He 100% would have been on TV.
Yeah, I think he had a podcast prior to this stuff coming out too, and that probably just in the crapper now.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brett. The American Gaming Association is projecting $23 billion with a B. Billion as in, boy, that's a big number. That's pretty good. That's a big old $1 billion bet.
Yep.
Will be placed on this year's Super Bowl. They're also projecting a record-breaking 68 million people who will be placing bets.
Will you be placing bets?
Well, not like I want to because freaking California won't. Come on.
Hey,
I want part of the action.
Do something. Wake up, you. Never mind. Let us gamble on FanDuel in California.
This sucks to see these because that's just so much FOMO in those sentences.
Yeah.
The entire country is just going to be having a great time or a miserable time. Probably acting responsibly.
Except us. Please gamble responsibly.
Yep. And we will have no part of it.
Nope. We will be watching from afar. We were gambling with our coworkers and our bro workers. Yeah. It really is a shame that we can't join the fun. But this is what you get when we put a Super Bowl in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's true. So far, someone got arrested.
Yep.
One guy, but he wasn't even playing. He's a Raider.
Yeah, he signed a deal and then got arrested at the strip club after for driving home drunk.
Yikes.
What a great move that guy made for his career. Come on, man.
Wow, that's... See how I stopped talking when you
What?
went down that road? I was like, you're right, but I'm
just saying, man.
Myself.
Consequences.
Let's talk some football here. Yeah. Schefter had some absolute flames on his show today. On his podcast.
Breathing through the nose. Fire through the nose.
Schefter was bringing it. He said he believes the Bears will definitely get a second for Fields. Could even get a first. That's surprising to me. Because everyone...
Is it?
It's okay. It's surprising to me because of what people have been telling me. It's not surprising because I think he's a stud.
Yeah.
I think he's a franchise quarterback. I think, honestly, I didn't want him on the Bears anymore because you don't deserve him.
Yeah, you guys have just been screwing with him since day one.
But Schefter thinks they're going to get a high pick, which might change, because we were thinking, okay, Caleb Williams and a third-round pick for Justin Fields, or Justin Fields and multiple firsts for Caleb Williams. But if you can get a first and a second, maybe, and Caleb Williams.
Hey, the Broncos have pick number 12. Chicago, hit us up.
Yep.
I wonder how high that first round pick would go, though. I saw a lot of number 9, number 10.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll go higher than that. I wonder if the Patriots jump up or a team like top 5.
I don't. Okay, so I've started a little bit of draft prep. I don't like the other I'm not in love with the other quarterbacks.
Drake May, yeah, you don't like
I
him.
don't like Drake May. He's going to be drafted and he'll get a shot, but he reminds me of Will Levis. The kid who won the Heisman.
Jalen Daniels.
Jalen Daniels, he's like raw toolsy. I like him. A little slender for my liking.
Yeah. Penix
is 38 years old.
Crafty lefty.
Yeah. So is the other guy. There's one more guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Oregon guy? No.
Yeah. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he has like a rocket.
Yeah.
He has a cannon.
He reminds me of Will Levis.
Yeah, I guess that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyways, I think there might be some guys going after Fields, especially now that Kyler Murray does look like he's going to be available. Cousins might be out there. We haven't heard too much about him.
Well, my big board is Caleb Williams, and then if you can't get that, Justin Fields.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
Yes.
That's how teams should view this draft.
Also push back on the idea of Caleb Williams refusing to play for Chicago. So Schefter was just bringing it, just debunking.
Yeah.
Just going straight at Diana Rossini.
Yeah. Hey, Diana, listen up.
Shut up. Number one, shut up.
Point number one, shut up.
Art Rooney II is, quote, not closing the door on the Steelers trading for a quarterback.
We just talked about one that someone should trade for, Justin Fields.
And I quote, as we sit here in early February, we're not closing the door on anything. Music to Kenny Pickett's ears.
But
I honestly think that's music to his ears. I honestly think Kenny Pickett's going to sit there and think, thank God. I really suck.
This is nerve-wracking as hell.
They hate me.
They really hate me if I don't do it good every single game. No, I mean, but the one...
They're chanting for Mason Rudolph.
The one to call. The one,
Saving grace.
Dark Cloud.
Oh, Dark Cloud. Yeah.
Arthur Smith.
Okay. I'll say this. The quarterback did fine in his system. Yeah. Like, Desmond Ridder had some usable games, like, fantasy-wise, and I thought he was fine. But yeah, I think that's a bigger thing for, like, receivers and really good running backs.
Yeah. But Fields in Pittsburgh, that team was already in the playoffs, like in the hunt at 10 wins, right?
With Mason Rudolph. Yeah,
if they get Justin Fields, that's plus 2 wins there. That's right in the AFC there.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
I got this right now real quick. Giants are reportedly not planning on tagging superstar running back Saquon Barkley. He will hit the open market per ESPN. Many teams are expected to pursue the 2-time Pro Bowl running back. So Saquon's going to be a name out there that's going to be floated around. I think he goes to a contender. And
there's so many teams he could be good at.
Mm-hmm. It just depends what he's going to want with money.
Yeah, money-wise.
Years are more his thing right now.
Yeah.
But I think if anyone gives him just a respectable offer, I think he's dying to prove himself.
He's the kind of guy I think would go to like a mystery team that we're not thinking of.
Yeah.
Some team that like when CMC went to the Niners, it's kind of a shocker. I think he's gonna go to a team like that.
All right, I got one more winner for you. Pennsylvania man. I don't know his name. Yeah, Matthew Herbert. Faces up to 4 years in federal prison for illegally flying a drone over the AFC Championship game.
Yep, we saw that. Moron. You can't just fly drones.
Did you not think you're going to get caught?
Hey, I know this is the NFL, the most watched thing in North America. Let me just fly my little $45 drone above it, and there be no consequences.
He's 44. I feel like you should know.
What's his name?
Matthew Herbert.
Come on, Matt.
Brother of Justin?
Oh, getting some game film.
Yeah.
Like the worst way possible, though.
From Chad's Ford, Pennsylvania. Doesn't seem like a very big place. Has been charged with 3 felony counts. Jesus.
Yeah, you can't just fly a drone.
Related to the operation of unregistered drones serving as an airman without a certificate and violating national defense airspace.
Yeah.
You are screwed.
Yeah, you got screwed. That's awesome. I didn't know that was a thing.
Jeez. You're done.
They need to book at you, dude.
You pissed off someone.
They got the Air Force involved.
Chad's Ford has never seen a criminal like you.
He's like, what? Why are you guys so mad? It's a drone.
Funny if he just got lost. He know where he was.
Or
if
his kid had the thing and he took the blame for his kid. Now he's facing 3 felonies.
Jeez.
Dude, this should be a reminder. You can't just fly your drone anywhere, especially over a stadium.
Violating national defense airspace.
Yeah, what if... Yeah,
Poor guy. I feel bad for him now.
I mean, consequences.
Yep. Yeah, that's our lesson for today, guys. Consequences.
Consequences.
Always remember.
Yep.
There are consequences. We have a couple minutes. We have a couple minutes here. All right, Ange. What's the... It's February 6th. So we have, 17 days? No. Yeah, 17 days till 30.
Yep.
How we doing? In this month, you've had a...
Full disclosure, I started my new doctor-appointed medicine.
He's taking a pill about that big.
I'm taking about 2 of them. I'm taking about 4 of them a day. Pretty big, pretty sizable pills.
I feel like that's a direct, That's a message from.
It's a message from Jesus Christ himself.
Yeah, I didn't know where our audience stood. Like
You're
theologically.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's who I would say it's from. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's funny that happened this month.
You saw the pill.
Yeah,
The pills.
it's a big guy.
You're sizable. Yeah. 30 is approaching me with grace.
Yeah.
I'll be completely sober for my birthday because I cannot drink.
Yeah, you're just limping to the finish line.
Limping, crawling. Like, I made it to 30.
But like we said before the show, availability
Yeah.
is the best ability.
Yeah. Just, I'm available to be 30.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I'm here to be 30. Now let's see how I look when I turn 40.
The bright side. Jeez. 10 years. Wow.
Oh, God.
Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into Super Bowl preview part 1. We're going to cover the Kansas City Chiefs, the AFC champs. Be right back. Okay, we are back with part 1 of the Super Bowl preview. The Kansas City Chiefs, defending Super Bowl champs, beat my Eagles last year.
Oh,
it's all good. It definitely was not pass interference. But anyway, let's move on here. Before we get into that, let's give away some awards. And I'm going to do something that I literally just thought of on the spot because that is podcasting.
Yep.
Nowadays. I have 8 sounds here, unlabeled. I don't know what they are.
Okay.
After every award, I'm going to play a sound.
Okay, here we go.
Push a button. Go ahead.
Okay. The first award is Why the Hell Are We Paying Him Award. Goes to
I'm not gay no.
I'm not taking it out.
Joey. No, you can't do that.
I'm not
can't
taking
do
it out.
that.
I'm not taking it out. That's podcasting. I'm not going to push a button again. What are you going to say?
Poor MVS. The Why the Hell Are We Paying Him Award goes to Chiefs wide receiver MVS. That's crazy. Okay. In 2022, signed a 3-year, $30 million deal. In those 2 years, has barely eclipsed 1,000 yards. This year, a whopping 21 catches, 315 yards, and 1 touchdown.
He sucks.
He is third on the team in the playoffs for receptions with 5. Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce have 23 or more combined.
He's third.
He's third with 5.
Yeah, he sucks.
This is the Why the Hell We Paying Him award. You paid him. Sad to see it, but this guy sucks.
Most likely to break the holding penalty record award in the Super Bowl is Jawan Taylor. He's been the NFL's most penalized player. What we got? Hello, check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Oh.
This is a test. This is a test. Yep.
There we go.
Play it. That was apparently me testing a microphone at some point.
There we go.
Okay. I have no idea what's fine.
Sweet.
What do you got?
The Yo Bro Ease Up award goes to Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco.
This guy's a gangster. His real name's Clarence.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Pacheco, 935 yards this year, 7 touchdowns. Tied for third amongst running backs in first down gained while running. And tied for second amongst rushes over 30 yards. 40% of his 935 yards came after contact.
What was the award? I forgot it.
The Yo Bro Ease Up. He runs really hard.
I like that.
Ease up.
Okay,
Long. There's a marathon.
Let me do this one next then. Most likely to pass out from pure juice, Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to be so amped in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, oh my God.
Cannot wait.
Your back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Yeah.
Yep. Why can I can picture him
yeah.
delivering it just like that.
Insane, just like that too.
We got.
The Hello from the Other Side award presented by Adele
I like that.
goes to Trent McDuffie.
Finish it.
Trent McDuffie, All-Pro, second-team All-Pro, 80 tackles, 5 forced fumbles, 7 pass deflections, 9 QB hits, 3 sacks, 16 QB pressures, which is 7 more than the next player, a hidden star. God. And hello from the other side of the ball, Trent McDuffie.
He's really good.
He's very good. He's their jack of all trades, their jackknife, their honey badger, their secret weapon.
He was good last year. He was okay last year.
But he's good.
He's made quite the jump.
He is very good.
I got one more left. How many do you have left?
I'm done.
This is my last one here. And I have one more button. Most unlikely Super Bowl MVP award goes to Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney is plus 50,000 to win the Super Bowl MVP, but is expected to be fully healthy on Sunday.
Zero fun, sir.
Yes. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
If he wins, God, I mean, this is such a picture of Andy Reid's graciousness that he's just going to let this guy just, come on, dude.
No, he's not.
We know you. He might.
Tony might just hurt himself.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean,
true.
I don't even know if he likes the Chiefs right now.
That was funny.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
That's
let's get into a little bit of a Kansas City Chiefs preview here, going to the Super Bowl. Let's talk a little football.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
We're gonna look at three aspects of these teams and kind of float around, and honestly, probably just whatever comes to our mind.
Yep.
But we're gonna talk about the Kansas City Chiefs here. Talk about how they're built. How was their 2023, and what are they right now going into the Super Bowl? Let's take first a look about how they were built. It's always kind of cool to see, and if you listen to the what's their podcast?
Move the Sticks
podcast with Daniel Jeremiah. He did a really in-depth, kind of mature look at this. That is really good.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend go look at that one. But we're gonna take a look as well how they're built. Why don't you start us? What we got?
What? That's how you get a lot with me?
Oh, sorry. Why don't you start us?
I don't know how you want to start this. So you start now. That's
why I gave it to you. I know where to start either. I just have a whole roster here. Let's start with their drafted players.
Yeah.
Because these teams are built very different. We'll get into the Niners on Friday. The Chiefs have done an incredible job at being homegrown.
Yes.
Like, their homegrown guys are just up and down, not just their roster, their starting roster.
It's highlighted mainly by Creed Humphrey and Nick Bolton, these guys who are the best at their position, one of the best, and they drafted them.
That's a good point. And neither first-round picks.
No, neither first-round picks, obviously. And I just mentioned McDuffie, homegrown.
Right.
Trey Smith, right guard. Oh, yeah. And then the wideouts have been hit or miss, but they finally hit one, Rashee Rice. And then Isaiah Pacheco, seventh round pick.
Let's go back to the Rashee Rice real quick.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to me because they've spent a lot of money at receiver.
Yeah.
And they just kept missing.
Yep.
I'm thinking all the way back to did they have Josh Gordon at some point?
Josh Gordon, and, Juju. They had Juju try to make him work.
They tried to just run back Sammy Watkins a million times.
Yep.
And they finally just drafted a receiver. I guess they tried with Sky Moore as well, and they missed
Sky Moore, and then they trade for Tony.
But Rashee Rice is such a revelation for them.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a huge get for them in this draft. Mecole Hardman's back. They drafted him, but he really sucks.
He's also booty. Yeah.
Yeah. Where was I gonna go here? Tyreek Hill. Obviously, he played in their last Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
The last Super Bowl they won.
Yeah.
And he's no longer here. Looking at this roster, I was just kind of blown away about just the receiving core they've dragged here. I know that's not new to anyone, but if you really look at it, what you said earlier, MVS, the third leading receiver.
Yeah, with 5 catches in the playoffs.
It's kind of like all of their roster is so impressive, but their wide receiver room is booty.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can call it well coached even, because it's like they're not productive.
Yeah, not at all.
So it's probably the weakest part of their team.
Yeah. So I don't want to just come in here and just praise the Chiefs no matter what. They've done a bad job building.
Yeah.
Their wide receiver room, especially post Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. They've tried like I said, they tried every type of receiver to fill that role, and just this guy, this third round pick
out of SMU.
Yeah.
A total of 66% of Kansas City's roster began their career with the organization. 66%. That's huge. They don't have a single undrafted free agent starting for them, which I feel like every team kind of does. But those, that tells you how well they've used their picks, I guess.
I mean, Pacheco 7th round pick, near
very close,
undrafted. Yeah.
Here's how they break down. They had 6 first-round picks, 6 second-round picks. 4 thirds, 3 fourths, 3 fifths, 1 sixth, 4 sevenths, and 8 undrafted. They just a bunch of homegrown guys.
They just hit well in the draft, and that's why they were able to sign Mahomes and still be relevant. Sometimes when you see these big contract numbers for QBs come out, you see the talent level go down. Right. Then you see how good are these GMs at drafting. Now that they signed their quarterback, the Chiefs have done a phenomenal job offensively and defensively, just creating talent from the draft.
Because the last couple of years, once they paid Mahomes, they've just had to keep letting guys go.
Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu, Tyreek Hill, those kind of guys, they've just let them go.
On the defensive line, guys have walked, Frank Clark, but they just have found a way to reamp. Their last 3 first-round picks have been on the defense side of the ball. George Karlaftis.
Yeah, leads the team in the playoffs, with 3.5 sacks. And then
Felix Anudike Uzama.
Yeah, he's going to play a lot because of the injury to, I'm blanking on his name.
I can't pronounce it anyway. I can't pronounce it. But anyway, he tore his ACL. Their other starting defense.
Charles Onamahia.
We'll go
Someone like
that. Tore his ACL. He won't start, so we'll see a lot of the former first-round pick, Felix Anudike Uzama. And then, of course, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
And then their other first round pick that they've spent recently is that Trent McDuffie, the guy we've been talking about. But their day 2 selections, like you were saying earlier, Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, Leo Chanel. Last 4 years, they've drafted him on day 2.
Yeah, starters, impact players, know their role, fit this team very well. And defensively, they've drafted phenomenally. Yeah. They have 2 star linebackers and a star cornerback.
Well, 2-star cornerback. They drafted Jerry Sneed.
They did it. Yeah. It's just they left the Niners and then he came back. You're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just phenomenal drafting, and this is what mature grown-up teams do. If we have a big contract, we're gonna focus on drafting now, and it's paid off. Obviously, they're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, just when you see, I mean, because last show we were talking about a lot about how the Patriots reinvented themselves throughout the years.
Yeah.
Right, and we're seeing the Chiefs do that now with the front office.
Yeah.
Like these guys like the guys we're talking about, Willie Gay, Leo Chanel, those are the kind of guys that you need to win Super Bowls. Like you're going to have the Patrick Mahomes, but you're going to need the Teddy Bruschies.
You need your role players who can elevate to a different level.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they've done a good job of just filling their roster with those guys. It's very impressive. I mean, anything else? Now, free agency.
This is where they've kind of flexed a little bit.
Yeah. You want to go?
Yeah. Justin Reed was the replacement for Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh.
I remember when that happened, I didn't really like it because Tyrann Mathieu at the time was one of the better safeties. He's a very good safety still. Justin Reed has done nothing there but been a constant playmaker.
Yeah. And their other safety, Mike Edwards.
Yeah, Mike Edwards.
Buccaneers. They signed him. He's been PFF, one of the most highly rated safeties in the league. And just 2 guys who aren't going to hurt you back there.
Yeah.
They're going to make tackles. They're going to be where they're supposed to be in pass coverage. And they're going to let these cornerbacks shine. They get them in free agency. The other guys I'm looking at free agency here is the offensive line because they've spent a lot of money there.
On tackles mainly.
And it's kind of worked out.
Well, Tooney, they signed him, and he's an all-pro. He's not going to play this week.
Sucks.
It's a long shot, they said. All-pro guard, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But Donovan Smith and Juwan Taylor penalized and, big contracts. But still, they got them there.
Right. I mean, and the thing is, though, like, okay, we look at these players, and we think Donovan Smith and Juwan Taylor, I guess, are both average to above average tackles.
Average.
They're not,
average.
They're not great, but they got them late in free agency last year. They kind of put it together, and it was kind of magical how they even made that happen.
Yep.
If they would have not went and got those guys, they're starting. Who was on the depth chart here? They're starting
Wanda Morris,
Niang, and Wanya Moore. Like they're really bad. So those guys are major upgrades, even though they're not the best. They're major upgrades on what they could have had.
Yeah, and obviously their pillar in the offensive line, their homegrown guys, Trey Smith, a very solid guard.
Yeah, he fell because of injury issues, and he ends up. He's going to get paid so much money.
Yeah, a starting guard. But the one black guy of this free agency is the wideouts. We've mentioned it already.
What did you say right now?
The one black guy.
It sounded like you're saying black guy.
The one black guy. The black eye.
I thought you said the one black guy on this.
The one black guy on this free agency. The one black. No. But they've tried every iteration, but now they finally got it. It seems like they've got it. But curious to see where this team goes in the future once Travis Kelce leaves. How they can transition from non-tight end centered offense to whatever they're going to turn to after that. But as of right now, look at how far this team's gotten now. They've locked it on Rashee Rice, number 2 target, Kelce number 1. That's proven to win Super Bowls. So
Pacheco, I think they're still going to need
little McKinnon magic.
McKinnon might not play. He might be the other one who's not playing.
We want him to play.
I think his backup, LSU.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
He's going to have to step up and make a play or two.
Yep.
I do think one of these receivers, whether it's Justin Watson
MVS,
or MVS or even Kadarius Toney, they're going to need them at some point here.
Just do something.
Yeah. Last week they got just a little bit from those guys.
From MVS, he closed up the game. Yeah.
It makes them it adds so much because there's not counting them at all. Okay, let's look at where they are right now. You mentioned Joe Tooney's not going to play. Big deal. Maybe I'm not going to say the best guard in the league, but in the conversation.
Yeah. The drop off apparently wasn't that big from Nick. I can't even say his name.
Allegretti.
Yeah. Apparently he played just as well.
Yeah.
PFF had him highly graded last week. But 1 week is good. Can you do it 2 weeks? Can you do it on the biggest stage? This is a defensive line for the Niners that's pretty talented. So you don't think that they're going to target this guy? Then that's crazy. Like they're going out for this guy. He's the weakest link on this offensive line. So
Yeah, when I was listening to Daniel Jeremiah's podcast, he had an interesting concept here, how he thinks the Chiefs have kind of zigged when everyone else has zagged.
yeah,
So normally you see an offensive line spend the big money and prioritize the star blue chip players as the tackles.
yeah,
But he suggests that the Chiefs have kind of done something different in that they have got 3 studs in the middle.
yeah.
With
Trey Smith,
Trace,
Tooney.
that's the guy I couldn't think of.
Yeah.
Trey Smith, Tooney, and Creed Humphrey, in an effort to, and basically saying this: if we can just keep this middle pass rush from getting in Patrick Mahomes' face, he'll be able to get rid of it before these guys can get to him.
Yeah,
Which I thought was kind of, if that's what they did, that freaking genius.
yeah, and also, yeah, that's kind of, and also you could run the ball pretty effectively if you can.
That too.
Yeah, if you can dominate the middle, which is where the Niners have been, a little suspect, stopping the run this year. So I expect that to be a big part of the game plan.
Chiefs have had an interesting season.
Yeah,
Right. So they've
a little bit, a little interesting.
just up and down the whole time. We've literally every single one of us have been guilty of really entertaining the thought of, is it over for the Chiefs?
Yeah,
Is the window ending? Is Kelsey too old? Is Mahomes need more weapons?
Yeah.
Is Andy Reid going to retire? Are they going to waste his defense? Is all the different questions we've had about them, and yet here they are in the Super Bowl. We know, and they've kind of. I have the numbers from the regular season, and they don't match the team I'm seeing play right now.
besides the defense.
Besides the defense,
Yeah,
15th in points scored per game. They're not a middle of the pack. They might be a middle of the pack offense still. If you look at the numbers the last couple games,
Yeah.
but they just seem more situationally effective,
they're good on third down.
making the big plays.
Yeah,
But like you said, their defense. I couldn't believe this. I didn't know they had not given up more than 6 points in a game this postseason.
they're
Just some phenomenal offenses.
yeah. Defense wins championships, and they might prove that on Sunday. This defense is phenomenal, coached by a veteran defensive coordinator who deserves a raise.
Yes, Spagnuolo.
Spags, yes,
He's killing it. 6 points against the Dolphins. They scored 6. The Bills scored 6 points. The Ravens scored 6 points. Those are 3 of the best offenses, maybe 3 of the best quarterbacks. I don't know what you feel about Tua. The problem for me with them is I looked at the box scores in the last in the playoffs, 12, 13, and 14 points only.
yeah.
Now, for some reason, in my mind, they're putting up 30 a game,
No,
but they're not.
no, they're just running the ball and playing good defense. And Mahomes just kind of sprinkle magic wherever he can. He still has that, and Kelsey obviously playing out of his mind. But yeah, this team is very much different than the team that was here two years ago, or last year even.
Is it true to say that maybe the one playing the role of game manager more of these two teams is Patrick Mahomes?
No, not safe to say.
No?
Mahomes does a lot for that offense. Mahomes is the reason why they could have a terrible wideout core and still get away with it.
Yeah, that's true. Just thought I'd admit that out there. I thought that was kind of a spicy thing to say.
No, but this defense is going to be overlooked because Patrick Mahomes is on the other side. They're top 5 in most significant stats, led by Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, and McDuffie and Snead. Just a young core playmakers on every level, and that's how you build a freaking defense.
I go back to our conversations in the offseason when we were just begging them to stop playing around with Chris Jones and re-sign him.
Yep.
This is why.
Yeah, he's a difference maker.
They're not the same defense without him.
Yeah.
He's a cornerstone and something. Okay, this is total stolen point, but I agree with it. The secret sauce of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is? I'm gonna tell you you're wrong no matter what you say.
Taylor Swift.
God, you're wrong.
Okay.
Energy.
Yeah.
They play with so much energy.
Yeah.
As a team, as a fan of a team who played with zero energy this year and just hung their heads after every single play, go watch the Chiefs play. Go watch Patrick Mahomes after a big play. Go watch Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, these guys on defense. Chris Jones is a bundle of energy. Go watch these guys.
This is the effect of playing with one of the greatest players of all time. You go look at Tom Brady. Look at those guys, how hard they play for Tom.
Yeah.
You play with Patrick freaking Mahomes, you're gonna play a little bit harder. I'm not saying it's all him, but big factor in that. It has to be playing with for like Mahomes.
But I want to credit Andy Reid because this is something he stresses.
Yeah.
He tells his team, you're either bringing energy or you're taking energy.
Yeah.
So even if you're not the main guy, bring energy.
Yeah.
And this team has such positive energy, and that's maybe why, like, they can get down and not panic.
Yeah.
They can not click offensively and still feel like they're the best team in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I think the most impressive thing about them is just how they're just consistently positive.
Okay. Yeah. I think the energy thing is a big deal, especially with a team that has a bunch of drafted players where they aren't superstars yet. You have to kind of energy and effort, and their defense.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Watch them play.
It's a good point.
Look at the energy and effort these guys freaking give. And defense, people always say defense is mainly effort, just how much you are committed to engaging into the offensive game plan and all that stuff. Yeah, I would say this defense is undermanned, but yet overperforming because you don't really know.
Put.
You don't really know half these guys.
Right.
If you're a casual fan, you don't know who McDuffie is. He's like the All-Pro. You don't know Sneak because he's not Jane Ramsey or Surtain or one of the popular ones. A very good defense, and then offensively, Mahomes just sprinkles in where he can. Mahomes playing out of his mind. I expect him to have a big game Sunday. I don't care who if it's the Niners.
Yeah, they seem just to be on one, clicking on all cylinders, playing their best ball, literally in the best moment, going to the Super Bowl. We also got to remember going to the playoffs. We heard a lot of they've never won on the road. They never played playoff games on the road.
And they won 3 in a row, and put that shit to
road.
bed.
Yeah. They haven't been at them all.
They're just fine. Spoiler alert. You know what? Mahomes is kind of, if he keeps winning like this, he's gonna have the Tom Brady effect where you kind of didn't like him at first, then he wins so much that you're like, okay, he's just one of the greatest.
You know what? I've never not liked him, and that's pretty surprising. For as much as I don't like his brother or wife,
It's just everything that surrounds Mahomes that irritates people.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's
just a gamer.
He's a gamer. He refuses.
He complains a lot, but whatever.
He plays hurt almost all the time.
Yeah.
He refuses to leave, and he's just a gamer. He's one of the best quarterbacks that we've ever seen.
I forgot who said it, but it's just been in my mind since they said it a couple weeks ago. He's literally inevitable.
Yeah.
He's just they're gonna score.
Yeah.
He's
gonna
make the big play.
He's gonna be in the AFC title game. He's gonna be in the Super Bowl. He's just inevitable.
If Sunday comes and he has 2 minutes to win the game, he's gonna win. The game.
You sit there like, watch this.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
Let me guess what's gonna happen.
You messed up.
Yeah, you messed up. You give Mahomes the ball with too much time.
God, take knees. Like, don't leave him the time on the ball because he will win. All that being said, they're 2.5-point underdogs.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm betting the Chiefs a lot.
I'm done.
It's actually the biggest bet in Vegas is the point spread.
I'm done picking against Mahomes and reading the Chiefs. I'm done. They're too good, and to be 2.5-point underdogs as defending champs with Mahomes and Reed still there, I think it's just dumb.
Yeah,
doesn't make sense.
It's dumb. I mean, these guys are usually pretty good, but I mean, this one they got it wrong.
So you're taking the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
This over under 47.5.
Under.
It's gonna be way under.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
I don't know if either of these teams get to 20.
It's gonna be like 20-13 or 20-16.
These are two truly great defenses.
You probably start off hot like every team does, and then just have a point in the game where they kind of just trading punts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really see it being a high scoring event.
Yeah. So that's our preview of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think we shared about just as much as I could all throughout the season, how they're built, where they are right now. I hope you have a good idea of who they are. They're such an impressive team.
Yep.
Such an impressive organization. Just top to bottom, the leadership there is just.
Do you have a player for our bench warmers to watch on Sunday on the Chiefs?
Yeah, on offense, I'm watching Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Because of what has happened we'll get into the Niners later, but what has happened to the Niners defense recently, which is they're being run over.
Yeah.
And if you are bleeding in the running game against Patrick Mahomes, you're screwed.
Yeah, because he'll keep calling it. He just no problem calling it.
Yeah, you're screwed, and eventually he's going to take a shot and
play action.
Yeah, he's going to win it. I think on defense, the player to watch for me is I think it's not so much a player as it is something to watch, and that is the tackling.
Yeah. Because
every team that this Niners team has played and beaten, it's because they just refuse to go down the open field.
Lions did a horrendous job tackling 2 weeks ago. Chiefs do not miss tackles.
Yeah.
It'll be tested on Sunday because this yak team that the Niners have created thrives off of poor tackling defenses. And
their identity is just to be the more physical team.
Yeah. And with McDuffie and with Edwards and with Justin Reed and with this kind of effort defense, this kind of fits well.
So I guess I'd be looking at the linebacker core.
Yeah.
Because
I'm going McDuffie.
A
slot guy who tackles and is in the box slot against a team that does a lot of creative stuff in the box with McCaffrey and Debo and a bunch of a bunch of RPOs and like that kind of stuff. He's gonna be huge to watch.
I make a prediction that Niner fans aren't going to like.
Uh-oh.
I think Purdy's throwing at least 3 picks. I think he's dodged the bullet long enough, and I think against this Chiefs defense, and Spagnuolo is going to – if there's ever a coach who you don't want to face when you are in my mind, careless when you face pressure, it's Spagnuolo because he knows how to bring it from every single position.
Now, I'm not saying 3 picks, but he will be picked, I think.
I think he gets picked 3 times.
This Chiefs defense comes to play.
Ballhawks.
Snead and McDuffie are one of the best, if not the best, 1-2 in the league.
Those safeties,
linebackers, and D-line led by Chris Jones. Top to bottom, playmakers, all 3 levels against this Niners team. Yeah, a pretty good option.
Let's make some weird bets. I'm not sure they bet like this in Vegas, but I will. What will you give me if? Okay, let's do this. Okay. Let's make a $100 bet, $100 real dollars, on picking a guy who's going to have an interception on the Chiefs defense. I've been thinking about this all week.
Okay,
who you got? And it's just if neither of them get him, none of us get money.
I'm going. Okay, if I get this right, I want the world. I want to make sure I get.
I will hand you the 100 on our next show.
George Karlaftis.
Wow.
I think something's gonna happen. He's gonna get a pick. A little bubble screen. I'm telling you. Watch. I'm telling you. It's gonna be one of those stupid Super Bowl plays.
Yeah, that's what happens in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's gonna be some weird play.
James Harrison gets
it's gonna be one of those plays.
Yeah. Jeez, I'll give you 150. God, now I feel like I need to be more creative.
No, you could pick.
I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll go with Nick Bolton, and if that's a little bit risky because Nick Bolton only has one hand.
You could hold on. Time out. You could tell we don't like the Niners. We're betting against who's gonna get a pick.
Who's gonna pick them? I looked at the Niners already a little bit. We're going to talk about Christian McCaffrey for about 45 minutes. Yeah. I love that guy.
On part 2 on Friday, we'll talk about the greatness of CMC and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's our show for today. On Friday's show, we're going to look into... I forgot we're still on the
we're still on the other...
Jeez.
Spinal. Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Okay. Let me try it again. That's our show for today. Thanks so much for joining us. On Friday's show, we're going to do Super Bowl preview. Wow, crazy to say. Part 2, looking at the 49ers, NFC champs. Listen, 49ers, join us again. We're going to love on the Niners.
Yep.
They're in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
We'll see you Friday.
Peace.
Bye.